Now let's find sine theta again for this triangle. This here is the 5, 12, 13 Pythagorean triple. Hopefully you can memorize this. Now keep in mind that theta is at the top this time. It's not on the side. Do not get confused. It's very important to place your finger here on the angle. Then relative to this angle, we're going to figure out what is the opposite, what is the hypotenuse, and what is the adjacent. Now do not be confused. Yes, we can memorize the acronym SOH CAH TOA. Now the question is sine, so the first letter represents sine, cos, and tan. Yes, we memorized that sine theta, sine of the angle, is equals to the opposite over the hypotenuse. Now what is the opposite? We're going to play catch across the field. The opposite of theta is across the triangle, and the answer is 12. So we have 12 over the hypotenuse. Sine is opposite over hypotenuse, and the hypotenuse is the longest side, which happens to be 13. Now let's find cosine theta. Cosine theta, according to the acronym, is equals to adjacent over hypotenuse. So cos theta is equals to adjacent over hypotenuse. The word adjacent is the person beside you, your friend. Who's your friend? Is it 5 or 13? The adjacent cannot be the hypotenuse because the hypotenuse is the hypotenuse. So the adjacent, your buddy, is 5. 5 over 13, the hypotenuse. So cosine theta is the ratio of two sides. It's adjacent over hypotenuse, which is 5 over 13. So this is correct. Now, can you find tan theta? Tan theta is equals to opposite over adjacent. So let's just attack this right away. Tan theta is equals to opposite, which happens to be 12, over the hypotenuse. Sorry, it's over the adjacent. So tan theta is opposite over adjacent, TOA, which is 5. There we go, we got it. Now let's introduce a new variable. We can pick A, B, C, D, E, F, G, any letter you want. This is called alpha. Theta and beta are Greek letters, and it's customary to use theta as the angle, but let's use alpha this time. Let's use alpha and focus on getting the correct ratio, trig ratio. What is cosine alpha? Now we're not worried about theta. We're going to stick our finger here on alpha and really focus on this angle. Relative to this angle, what is cosine? Now we know that cosine is adjacent over hypotenuse. So cosine alpha is adjacent. Alpha's friend is 12. The hypotenuse is 13, but the adjacent is 12. It's going to be adjacent over hypotenuse, and of course the hypotenuse is 13. So we're getting the hang of this. Let's just try one more. Can you try what tan alpha is? What is tan alpha? Tan of any angle, whether it be theta, alpha, beta, any letter you want, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, is equals to opposite over adjacent. Do not mix these up. Because we have SOH CAH TOA, opposite over adjacent. This is opposite, O over A. So tan alpha is equals to the opposite. So this is alpha here. Opposite happens to be across the field, which is a 5, over the adjacent. And the adjacent here is your friend 12. So there we go. We know how to figure out sine, cos, and tan of any angle.